Dan Bongino. Excuse me, Dan Bongino. Have you seen this trick right here?
I'm just going to say what everybody's thinking. This isn't going to stop until we unalive all these motherfuckers. That's it. They do it to us. This is not going to stop until we unalive all these motherfuckers. From Clarence Thomas to Donald Trump to everybody in Congress who's voting for this bill. All of them. All of them.
Have you seen this trick right here? What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and one and only James Williams, also known as Dark Waters. And I am back today, and we're starting off this video at IamJamesWilliams.com. That is the place where you go if you want to get access to my curated news. And let me tell you something about how I read the news. I don't just go to Fox or anything like that because I realize that the existing media is dead. Even existing conservative media is dead. You're going to need to find certain accounts that break news extremely fast. And then you have to tie the correlations between the breaking news and then follow the narrative from the mainstream news. So, for example, if you don't follow Cat Turd on Twitter, which Cat Turd is really a good person to follow on Twitter, Cat Turd may break something, but Cat Turd caught it the moment it happened, right? 2 days later, Fox News, CNN, and MSNBC start to build the narrative around what Cat Turd found breaking. And once you start to understand how the new media landscape works, then you can sift through and you can find the truth prior to them creating a narrative. The issue used to be that they knew the truth and then they shifted the truth by creating a narrative. Now we and others find the truth relatively quickly, disseminate that truth, and then they have to spin what we found. I hope that makes sense to you. All right. Terror attack. Mad suspect shoots cop in 4th of July at ICE detention center. I said this a couple of days ago. I said, we're waiting for an event where there's a shooting. And I said, unfortunately, there's going to have to be one because these quote unquote people that they keep calling protesters have to be labeled as terrorists. But it's going to take a while. We saw it happen in Los Angeles where they were fighting, the Marines and fighting ICE agents and blocking them in. Those are terrorists. Those aren't protesters. Those are Antifa, black bloc terrorists. But the mainstream people don't pay attention to it. They blend in with the protesters. And then at night they come out like freaking gremlins and do all kind of wicked, wild stuff. It's the same group of people that went to Justice Clarence Thomas' house. The same group of people who were allowed to go to other Supreme Court justices' houses and nothing was done about it. The same group of people who probably swat people and do all the rest of this foolishness that, it's absolute insanity what they're allowed to do. But now they've crossed the line. And it's unfortunate that you literally have to cross the line, allow them to cross the line of life and death before you can come down on them. But the reason why you have to do it is because you have a news media that's an occupied news media, because you have a damn group of leftist people who are full on tards. And we're going to talk about tonight in this midnight's video. I want to go back to COVID and not necessarily the actual virus, but the lockdown and what it meant and what it did. And we're going to talk about what it did to people spiritually and how that lockdown birthed what you see today. So you don't want to miss tonight's late night video at normally 12 to 1 a.m. You don't want to miss it. You just don't want to miss it. It's going to be good.
We have new information after a shooting outside of an immigration detention center here in North Texas. It left one police officer shot in the neck. It happened overnight near the Prairieland Detention Center in Alvarado. Authorities say that they were responding to reports of a suspicious group of people when they were suddenly shot at. One officer shot in the neck and he was flown to a Fort Worth hospital. That officer released today. A federal law enforcement source telling CBS News Texas that the group that included at least a dozen people were all dressed in all black and even had some kind of equipment. They came equipped with firearms and body armor, they tell us. Source says that the group vandalized vehicles and security cameras in the parking lot before eight of them were taken into custody and arrested. A motive in this case is still under investigation.
The motive is under investigation. It's real simple. They damn terrorists. You don't need to investigate the motive. They're terrorists. And you want to know what? Let me show you what the terrorists have been encouraged. And see, this is where the Democratic Party is going to have to be held responsible for what they do. For 10 years, they have been building these people towards violence with the most inflammatory statements. Let's just go through some of these inflammatory statements.
We are labor, and we move the agenda to support working families all over the country. And if somebody gets in our way, shame on them, because we're going to run right over them, aren't we? Shame! It's time to make their voices heard. Shame on us if we don't get out there and fight like hell every single day and make our voices heard. We've got to do that because we are united. We are right. And we're going to stand up and we're going to fight like hell every single day. Are you ready to fight? Yeah! Are you ready to fight? Yeah! Are you ready to make your voices heard? Yeah! Let's do it. Thank you. We are labor, and we move the agenda to support.
You ever notice how all the people say we gonna fight and they tell other people to fight look like they can't punch their way out of a paper bag? This man right here got chicken wing arms. I mean, really, that's chicken wing arm. Watch. Why she bring a little chicken wing arm up like this? The chicken wing arm man. We gonna fight and we gonna fight. I remember this sidebar note, stick with me. There was this camp called St. Mark's Camp. During the summer, it was a free camp. It was on Rampart. And I remember going to that summer camp. St. Mark's had a pool in the basement, the basketball gym, the Catholic church. And if you're from New Orleans, you know majority of the schools is Catholic schools. You got some private schools, but got a huge number of Catholic schools. And I remember the first day in camp, they make you line up in the gym, they line everybody up. And these kids from all over the city. So you got kids from the project, kids from the suburbs, kids from the east, kids from uptown, kids from everywhere. And we in the gym, and they got this dude called himself bullying everybody. And the little Negro that's bullying everybody got a chicken on him like this. Like a chicken wing on. She's like, I'll beat you up. I'll do this. And we confused because you got somebody with a chicken wing on. He literally can't extend his arm. And I don't even think he could really make a full fist. Like his hand was like stuck like this. You know what I'm saying? I never forget this, man. And so it's me and my cousin in line. And so he just talking crazy. And we confused. I mean, not afraid, but genuinely confused. Because you don't think somebody with a chicken arm, you think he gonna try and like stay out of trouble. Because you know you can't defend yourself. So I square up with the dude to fight. And my cousin said, no, I got him. And then hit my cousin with that chicken arm. Wow. I said, oh, he could use the arm. I said, dog, he could use the arm. Now, I need you to understand something. The chicken arm made us feel like we should have pity on him. You know what I'm saying? My wrist hurt, like just holding my wrist like this. Just how he was camera down so you can see. Hold on, bring it a little bit further down. There we go. The chicken arm was like this, right? And so he there, you know, he acting like he Floyd Mayweather with the chicken arm. And we like, and when he hit my cousin, it's like, you don't think this arm is coming, right? But he had it loaded back. But we just think he gonna throw the front arm, you know what I'm saying? Like he gonna be like, no, wow, with the chicken. I said, oh, cuz. God, no, hell no, cuz. I said he can hit you with, he can swing that arm. My cousin, look. Oh, okay. So now it's a fair fight. Don't nobody feel sorry for him. He start dancing around, he feeling good, get hit, pop, boom. Talking about, I don't know if you ever seen somebody get punched and they get hit in the face and then their whole body do like a tree that fell. Bam! Hit the ground. And then you get back up, bam! Hit the ground. He get through taking his butt whooping, and we standing in line. They done broke up the fight, and my cousin say, "Come here, man. Let me talk to you, man. Miss you, man. You hit me, man. No, I didn't think you could swing that little chicken on." And see, he remind me of the little boy with the chicken on. Yeah. Loud mouth, talking all that stuff. And he might get a swing on you. It ain't really gonna hurt you because he handicapped. But boy, when you hit him, boy, when you tear into him, wham! He hit me. That's the Democratic Party. They a bunch of chicken on people. Yeah, I went all the way down that road to say that. And they chicken on people. And they've been talking crazy this whole time. Here go 2.5 minutes of them talking reckless. And all this led up to this violence that we're dealing with right now. Damn chicken arm Democrats.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there is unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick them.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look, as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
That's it right there. Pull it up.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
I just don't even know why there aren't.
The one thing that stands out to me about all these people as we look at these clips, they all have aged terribly since they started doing this. Kamala aged terribly. Pelosi looks like the damn crypt keeper. The only one that didn't age was the bald head black girl that looked like a 7-foot Nephilim. And I'm telling you, that girl's a Nephilim. This girl right here, she's a damn Nephilim. Where's she at? She a damn Nephilim. He done aged real bad. And it's amazing how this Cuomo brother went from calling for violence on CNN to going to the next damn station, was it Newsmax, and not acting like he's in the middle. Man, screw you, Cuomo brother. She's aged 100%. This dude, Don Lemon, is gone off of TV. He aged like a damn... The guy who played the pirate looked like a damn pirate. Snoop Dogg backed off. Kathy Griffin, well, we all saw what happened to Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin looked like... I mean, I don't know what Kathy Griffin is. I don't... You can tell me what you think Kathy Griffin is. I'm not sure if that's even fucking human. Pardon my language. Sorry. Madonna, aged terribly, running around with a 29-year-old boy looking crazy. I don't know what happened to that trick. And here we go. Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters looked like a damn crypt keeper. I'm sorry. They all aged terribly because of their hate. And it when you really consider this, And I want you to just think about it. When you allow hate into your heart to fester the way these people have allowed it to fester in their hearts, it has no choice but to give you affliction because it's a form of sin. I mean, you ain't supposed to run around hating the president. The Bible says you should pray for your leaders, right? And then when you let it fester in you to where it consumes you. Like, I don't like Joe Biden. I didn't like Joe Biden. I didn't care for Joe Biden. But I didn't hate Joe Biden until it was like, yeah, my thoughts were consumed by Joe. I see Joe, be like, this damn crazy robot lizard person. And I'd be like, all right, we got to hang in there. I pray against Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? Like, Joe can't do this, Lord. He can't do this. You got to stop him from doing this. You got to stop doing this. But help him out. If you can help him, help him. But if not, if he's your enemy, judge him. Knock him across the head with your battle axe. But I didn't hate him to where it was like, oh, my whole day, if I saw an image of Joe Biden, my day went wrong. See, these people have hate in their heart, and that hate is manifesting affliction in their bodies. That's why Kathy Griffin looked like damn Pennywise. That's why Maxine Waters' face just drooping like this now. I'm Maxine Waters. I should do a jaw left and right like that. Because it's hate. Yeah. And all this is leading up to what I'm going to talk about later tonight. I'm going to stop right here. Stop right here. And I need you to remember this. Everything that's been done to the American people, starting from the pandemic, which brought in anxiety, that brought in depression, and then depression opened the door for all these other spirits to swarm into America. If you was one of the people, I am one of the people that stood up to the billions of dollars of campaigning and marketing that was sent your way to get you to do like this. Understand, you damn near unbreakable. And if you are a spiritual child of God that prays and you stood up to it, you are unstoppable. That's the one thing that nobody really tells us this, but I'm your boy here to tell you. If you stood up to that and you prayed your way through that, you stood up to one of the biggest attacks launched probably in the history of satanic attacks. Tell them how many years of satanic rituals they did to get that to that point, and you just stood there and was like, no. Your family told you, well, we're not going to have you over. No, I don't care. Your church said you can't come to church. No, I don't care. Not doing it. And see, this is the problem that the Democratic Party has. And quite frankly, it's the same damn problem that Elon Musk is going to have with his new America Party. That's my next video. America Party ain't going to work, Elon. I like you, but you ain't down them. You ain't had nobody busting shots at your head live on stage, Elon. Everybody didn't invest in you. And Elon Musk is finna learn a very valuable lesson that your money don't make you anointed by God. I'm sorry. It does not do it. That money can't buy you love, baby. Can't buy me love. Love. You ain't gonna buy my love. I'll take your money, but I ain't gonna love you. All right, guys, I'll see y'all on the next video. Let me stop clowning. I clown too much, man. But I think y'all like when I just be keeping it real. See, if I was on Fox News with Gut Phil, with his gut-wrenching, terrible jokes that's written by writers that's just like, bro, who wrote this joke? Gut Phil, get Cat Williams to write your jokes. You know what I'm saying? Some of it goes to Bernie Mac and let him do some jokes for you. But them joke writers you got is poop. And it makes your show boring. If I was Gut Phil, I have Cat Williams on there. And Cat Williams be like, you got to tell Diddy no. And you know who else you got to tell no, Gut Phil? You got to tell Maxine Waters no. Yeah, she dry as a bone. We're going to talk about her last name, Maxine Waters. That thing dried on. Yeah, like a leather purse. You need to have Cat Williams on there. And then you will have a smash show. All right, let me stop. Because I got some things loose in my brain too, like Cat Williams.